Forever. Dog.
Welcome to The Chop with Latrice and Manila.
Where we give you the weekly recap and rundown of Canada's Drag Race. Who's on top?
And who gets the chop?
Choppy chop chop.
Let's chop it up.
Yes. Manila.
Latrice Royale.
I'm feeling extra glamorous tonight.
Give it everything you got. Trying to make it to the top. Never ever gonna stop. Even if you get the chop, 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 chop. Girl, you got the chop.
Don't be a bitter bitch. Just make them eat it, honey.
Hey, Latrice.
Oh my God. Hey, you know what today is?
What day is it today?
It's Latrilla Day.
Girl,
On
I saw that
Facebook.
Facebook popped up and said, Latrice and Manila have been friends for 9 years.
9 years.
Now, I don't know, because, like, I consider, like, yes, Facebook is definitely, like, the official, like, boop, we are officially friends. We are friends on Facebook for the world to know, but I consider you much closer of a friend even before that. 'Cause
Exactly.
I don't actually know, like, the full-on timeline of when we met, but I'm
No.
so glad that 9 years later, girl, here we are.
We
with our
still
own
together.
podcast. Still together, kicking it
Cheers.
strong. Yes,
Cheers.
darling. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Happy Latrilla
Cheers.
Day.
Happy Latrilla Day.
Wow. So
Oh,
this episode, girl, I love me a ball, but let's go back to last week because the queens were paired up for a Rainbow Railroad Refugee Makeover Challenge, which was I thought really, really interesting. So Priyanka wins the Maxi challenge, and Lemon and Rita land at the bottom. And after an emotional Alanis Morissette lip sync, unfortunately, Lemon is sashaying away.
Yeah. Well, we love Lemon.
I mean, it's like every week, and it's sad to see a queen go because, you know, I guess it wouldn't be fun to watch an entire season of all the queens just hanging out, like chilling out.
No, chilling out and having a kiki. No, it's not summer camp. But I'm glad that Lemon was able to make an impression. She was definitely one to talk about and watch. So I enjoyed Lemon. So kudos to you, girly girl.
Yeah, we're gonna miss her. She was really fucking funny on the show.
She made me laugh out loud. She did. She did. So we have a message in our inbox.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, just wanted to let you know that the Rainbow Railroad started as a Canadian charity, but they also have a chapter based out of New York City. Americans can donate too. So, yeah, get some coins out and help bring some beautiful queer people safely too. Just Google Rainbow Railroad and donate through the website. Cheers from Toronto. Colton.
Oh, thanks, Colton.
Thanks, Colton. That's a porn name. I like Colton.
We got another letter from Caleb. Hello, mothers. Love what you've done with the place. The chop could not have come at a better time for me, as I've recently taken up running and I didn't have a podcast to listen to on Monday. So thanks for helping me out and keep my girlish figures. Ooh. I know you ladies have gone on record as thinking Jeffrey Boyer Chapman's critiques are interesting. I was wondering if you got a chance to listen to your Forever Dog sister podcast, The Rear View. A couple weeks back, JBC was brought up as a hot topic, and to my surprise, and it seems to the surprise of the podcast's other host, your Drag Race /AS4 sister Monique Hart came to his defense. Monique brought up the fact that the reason many fans have an issue with Jeffrey is that they are not used to seeing a black man in a position of power. While I have not been a fan of Jeffrey's this season, I will admit that as a white man myself, I had not considered that until she said it. The Drag Race fandom clearly has a long history of being much more forgiving to white or white-presenting queens than black queens, and I think that it's entirely possible this is now extending to the judges. Monique specifically referenced the lack of criticism this harsh for Michelle Visage. I am wondering how y'all feel about this take, given that you both have the experience of being non-white queens in this franchise. Thank you for everything you do, Caleb from San Antonio, Texas. Thanks, Caleb, for bringing this up. Yeah, we we do encourage our listeners to also listen to our other Forever Dog podcast with our sister Monique Hart. They have an entirely different take on things sometimes. So, what do you think? What do you think about this, Latrice?
Well, I can see her point, Monique's point. I don't necessarily agree wholeheartedly. I think the fandom has just become toxic and feel like they can just say whatever they want to say and go and take the extra step to go harass and bully and belittle and make people feel horrible when it's something that's not that serious. It's a TV show, really, and it's a drag TV show at that. The point I want to make is that, like, no matter what you feel, no matter what we feel, our opinions, which majority of the world don't care about. So it doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. But what does matter is that you're hurting someone. This is a human being. And although I may not agree with Jeffrey's critiques or the way he delivers them, I'm not going the extra step and going on Twitter and tweeting about it. I'm not going a direct messaging him, telling him to kill himself. And it's just ridiculous. Like, I experienced hate because I sent somebody home, and then I experienced hate because Manila got sent home instead of me. And then it's like, you can't please everybody. And regardless of what you feel, these are human beings, and they have feelings and emotions. And it's just really unfortunate that something that's supposed to bring people joy is producing so much hate throughout the community. I will go on record and say I do not consider them fans, because fans are not hateful. Fans adore and they uplift and they support. If you are a true drag fan, then you're not trying to wish hate and death threats upon our fellow community people, members, LGBTQIA plus whatever. This is supposed to be something lighthearted and bring everyone joy, and it's turned into this. And I'm hearing about, like, Rita Baga is getting a lot of hate, and the girls from the show, Kine and Alona, and it's like, just really, if you don't have anything nice to say, shut up.
Yeah, I know, it's so crazy. Obviously, like, especially in these days, race and racism is a big topic right now, and honestly, like, there are so many ways that it creeps into our regular lives and how we form our own opinions about things, and it is something that we all should be actively putting into our minds as a reason why we may or may not think of some of things. So definitely, I think that Monique definitely did bring up a good point. It can be about race for some people, and they might not even know it. So I mean,
Right.
I think we should be looking inward and reflecting. Is this the kind of content that we want to be putting out there for other people? Like, yes, we deal with so much awfulness in the world, and that's why a lot of us, like, we turn to drag to get out of reality and live in the fantasy. So let's not drag the fantasy down with what the real hate that's going on in the world. So we encourage everyone listening to, before you hit post on that, take a step back and be like, do I need to be doing this?
Do I
You know
need
what I
to be
mean?
doing
Yes.
this?
Do I need to be
And
doing
what are you
this?
going to get out of it anyway? It really is just a way to hurt. And so don't be that person. Don't be that person.
And we understand that we are all loving all these queens, and like, as a viewer, we're siding with we always, like, side with the queens. You know what I mean? So it is hard when our favorite queens get bad critiques, and sometimes it's coming out of left field. But this is season 1. These are our fresh batch of new judges, so we'll take it easy on them, okay? But
Okay.
They do have a say. They are the authority in this program. So what they say goes, and we're just gonna have to deal with it, I guess.
Boop 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 boop.
So if you guys want to write us anything, please message us at latriceandmanila@gmail.com, and maybe we'll even read your email here on the podcast every Monday.
Yeah. So let's get into episode 9, the snowball.
Woo, woo.
There's a lipstick message. To my top 4, I love you, I'm proud of you, and you're all dumb and ugly.
Yes, I love that these Canadian queens are so unapologetically like evil, like apologetically evil. I think they aren't afraid to be so lovey-dovey and bitter bitches at the same time.
I love it. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
All right, well, Scarlett still hasn't won anything. Safe your way all the way to the top, I guess.
Yeah, that's the way you do it, honey.
And well, I like how Priyanka also calls her win of the makeover challenge predemption.
She did that.
She's back in the game. She's back in the game. At this point, I think the girls are like now they're like counting and they're like, oh yeah, you have this many wins, this blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, it's down to the nitty gritty now, and so although who knows if it's going to even count how many wins you have. It might not even matter in the grand scheme of things.
You just have a wig full of rose petals and take the whole crown in the last moment, right?
The last moment. It's about that last moment, honey.
Yes. Things are getting down to the wire.
Down to the wire. The next day, we get a video message from Rue. Hail, Queens. I hope you're having an Arctic blast. Because the more you snow, the more you blow. And in this competition, the winner takes squall.
Okay, well then, Stacy comes into the workroom with her fierce braided ponytail, with her little green camo outfit to deliver the mini challenge. So we got a mini challenge. We got Sabrina Jalise, comedian extraordinaire, is here to run a screen test. She's casting for She Better Canada. She's looking for a scene stealer who can portray a local chanteuse to sing Canada's national anthem.
Yeah. Thoughts on the screen test?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rita does very well, and is that clear, bitch. She's a clear choice. Her character
She's
choice
going
was
all
so
in.
good. Yeah, bitch.
Rita stole the show. I mean, everyone did a great job, but oh my God, Rita was in a different league.
I literally was rolling on the floor laughing. It was hilarious.
But she fell asleep at the part.
Yeah,
at one part,
on the slow one, yeah.
And then Sabrina Jalise comes in and she walks over and kind of wakes her up, and then she wakes up and keeps singing.
Start singing.
Bitch, that was so funny.
So funny.
Jimbo was her usual hilarious self.
Absolutely.
I love when she had the see-through top with her breastplate showing through, and they said, "Oh, are you having a wardrobe malfunction?" And she's like, "Oh no, there's no malfunction here." Jimbo's a sexy, slutty clown, and those boobs are for your enjoyment. I know that Sabrina Jalise is she's a lesbian, so I'm hopefully this is points for Jimbo.
Right. Do you think Scarlett even knows what a tongue pop is? Because that was not that.
She was like, Sabrina was like, "Can you do sing the national anthem with tongue pops?" And she's like
she's tasting food. She's like, I'm like, that's not
what was
that is not it.
So I mean, at this game we only have 4 contestants, so I feel like these mini challenges are they just filler to fill up the time?
At this moment, I mean, but I feel like they could have gave them extra time and skip this mini challenge for the ball. If you're gonna have to do 3 looks, bitch, can't we just get
yeah. But I gotta say, I really did enjoy watching this, and as an American watching this, it's really interesting to watch a television show that airs in a country where they're basically like free range to make fun of the national anthem. Here in America, we hold this
Oh my
our national
gosh.
anthem song as like holy, sacred material. You have to be standing up. You have to remove your garments. You have to put your hand over your heart, even if you're in a wheelchair or you are protesting against the brutality of police. Like, this is something like literally people fucking go insane. Like, remember when Roseanne Barr sang the national anthem
Oh my God,
at a
they
baseball
lost.
game?
America lost their shit.
And
her.
here we have Canadians who are just showing off how lax and relaxed they are about, you know, poking fun at themselves. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe like this whole episode is getting banned somewhere. I don't know. There might be some Canadian nationalists.
We never know. We never know. Ultimately, Rita Baga wins the mini challenge, and it's $1,000 gift certificate courtesy of Dirt Squirrel.
Ooh, those are sexy underwear. I want to see Rita in that underwear.
You do?
Why not? Why not? She got $1,000 worth of underwear from Dirt Squirrel. She might as well model it up. I'm gonna see that on your Instagram, Rita. Okay.
Ooh, you better do it.
Ooh, okay. Well, let's take a break while I'm dry off my downstairs area for this
Her wop.
French Canadian my wop. And we'll be right back, guys.
And we are back to the chop with Manila and Latrice. And it's time for the Maxi challenge.
Yeah, we got a Maxi challenge. Yes.
Whoop, whoop. It's the snowball. So now it's 3 different looks. Hot enough to melt the deep freeze. So they want to see some high fashion ball realness.
First of all, I like the fact that they took some time to explain to the audience, you know, because it's like, you know, it's like a new audience in Canada. So they explained the ball scene and its importance to our community. I thought that was really great.
Good for them.
Well, we have 3 categories. The first category is CEO Executive Holiday Party Realness. Now, I love this because I always loved executive realness as a category.
Same.
It's one of my favorite because, like, it is nice to get dressed up like a businesswoman.
The boss bitch.
Yes, and to see all those broad shoulders and shoulder pads and suit jackets is always interesting to see how the girls interpret it. Then we have the second category, the icy walk of shame. Yes, honey, these sluts are coming back home from a night of drinking and going and being sluts. And this is what they look like, girl.
This is what they look like.
Mm-hmm. And then the most challenging one, which is category Ice Queen Eleganza, which they have to make from scratch with fabric from the Fabric Land wall, jewels from LAG Concepts, and any of the wintry items that the pit crew delivers. Oh, Canadian pit crew! You know, Stacey just loves bringing in the pit crew.
She does. I know she does.
They are so fucking fine. I wish they would just stand there the whole time. They should just have a live feed of just like the pit crew, just like
now
standing
you know. I'm just curious because you know they were filming in the wintertime, I think, and it was cold, but they were awfully tan. Did you catch that?
Well, I feel like they are people of color, so they have a little extra like color
melanin.
in there.
That's the
Yes.
melanin. Oh,
But they're also you know, underwear models. So, you know, they take care of themselves. They probably put some full coverage foundation on their masses.
That's what it was. That is what it was. Well, I loved watching every bit of their abs walk into the room. Oiled up, lubed up, and ready to go. So Priyanka says she's an okay designer, but she's not a sewer. She's a gluer. And
yeah.
So she's just gluing everything she can find on this corset, which I'm just like, girl, that ain't
this is not looking good.
This ain't
I
gonna
know,
get it.
right? Priyanka's all like happy that she had won a challenge, and then Priyanka is like a roller coaster realness.
She
like,
is a
she's
roller
going up and
well,
down and up and down. So this makes
I
me so
know the
nervous
feeling.
watching her like glue these things together. Like seriously.
Like,
I was having some
no.
season 3 episode 2 flashbacks when we had to do that Christmas thrift store like runway.
Uh-huh.
And Uh, yes, I was getting really worried for our girl Priyanka. You know, Stacy's coming through the workroom, and despite the fact that we're all making like the stuff, like actually Stacy's like really not concerned with with what they're making.
No, not really.
She's more like interviewing the girls, more like a heart to heart, getting to know them kind of situation. She's really not like.
Okay.
She even said like, "I'm a model. I don't make my clothes. I just wear them."
Oh my God. Okay, so Jimbo being the good Samaritan, you know, Scarlett is struggling to make this cape, honey. She got one piece of fabric, and Jimbo is like, okay, I gotta help you, girl. I can't go through and watch you suffer like this. But you gotta make this cape. It's 4 pieces. She's like, but I only have one piece of fur. She's like, right, so you cut it into 4 pieces. She's like, right, but I only have one piece. Bitch.
She doesn't get. I don't think she understands that you're supposed to take a big piece of fabric, cut it into different shapes, sew it back together, and it becomes a garment. This is how much Scarlett doesn't know how to make clothes. At this point, like, honestly, I have no idea what to think because, you know, obviously, like, Jimbo, she says she makes costumes, so I'm not really worried about her. She's so confident that she's, you know, giving help to Scarlett. But, like, we got Priyanka gluing shit to a corset, which, you know, like, Rita Baga is carving some really interesting shaped hip pads right now. I don't know what the fuck she's doing right now. Scarlett doesn't understand the concept of cutting fabric into pieces and sewing them back together to make, I don't know.
She does not. She does not. But, I can't wait to see these lovely creations that these ladies have glued together. Because, bitch, I didn't see but one sewing machine going the whole entire time.
I saw a lot of hot glue guns going. But hey, it's Canada, so maybe they were just like cold and they just needed some like heat up in that workroom.
Yeah, that's it. That is it.
No, that's the reason why. Okay, it's not because they can't sew, it's just because they were cold.
Because they're cold. Oh my goodness. So it's Elimination Day. Rita's father is her #1 fan, which I find amazing. He runs a construction company, so she thinks it's unexpected that he's a drag supporter. And I was just so, like, my eyes welled up because I was like, oh, that is so sweet. Because all we want as gay boys is our father's acceptance and approval. And she has that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and to know that it's coming from, like, you know, what you would typically consider like, oh, he's gonna be he's like masculine and butch. He's a construction worker.
Yeah.
But wow, like, just goes to show, like, you know, you can love everyone. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. You can still love. You know,
and support your kid. Support your kid in their dreams. And look, and Rita.
And look what, because there's Rita Baga is slaying.
She's slaying. So it's like there's a lot to be proud of, and if like that could have happened probably a lot sooner for a lot of us had we had the support that we needed. So
yeah. Well, I also think that, you know, like, of course, like, you know, obviously older generations might look at what we do as drag queens as potentially, you know, it's kind of a scary path for people that don't know about it. But I feel like Rita Baga is portraying what a loving parent can do to support someone's career and how far they can go with that support. On the other hand, we got Scarlett, and she's talking about how her mother is her biggest support and her best friend. And even though growing up was difficult for Scarlett, as she witnessed the abuse of her mother from her stepfather, and how traumatic and emotional that has become, I think it's really cool that that relationship between son and mother is strengthened because of it, and it gives Scarlett this fight in her to, like, you know, to kind of make up for what she feels like she might have like not been able to do as a young child in an abusive home.
She touched me so much because I can totally relate. Coming from an abusive household where my dad was the same way with my mom, and it was traumatic. And being helpless, you're just a kid, and what can you do? You want to protect your mom and you want to help your mom, but you're just too little, and you're no match for a grown ass man. So my heart was just sinking and melting for Scarlett. Thank you for sharing, but I completely am so glad that your mom is your best friend because my mom was mine too. So I get it. I get it.
Yes. So it's ready for the main stage. I'm super excited because we have our extra special guest host, Michelle Visage. Oh, yes, honey. The girls are freaking the fuck out.
They're losing their minds. Losing their minds.
Yes.
Mother
Okay.
Michelle is in the house, baby.
Yes. I'm so excited. Like, first of all, Michelle Visage is a legend. And she's been, like, they wanted her to be the judge on the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race, but she was unavailable.
Yeah,
For the
she's
first
unavailable.
2 seasons of Drag Race,
Yeah.
she was unavailable. So the fact that she's here now as the guest host of Canada's Drag Race, it's like literally like, I feel like we are like passing the torch, like officially.
Kind of, sort of, right?
Yeah.
And what was so refreshing was hearing her voice through the announcements because it felt like home again a little bit because we're used to hearing Michelle's voice, on the reunion. She's always, doing the voiceovers and everything. So it was good to just see her on the runway in her element, looking fabulous.
And it looks like she took that little like diagonal trim off of Scarlett BoBo's makeover challenge from last week, and she just put it on her jacket. She just found the scrap laying around there
Just
off that
a little
fucking that
scrap.
bodysuit of Scarlett BoBo. She's like, let me just pin this on my jacket. No, I'm
Oh my
assuming
God,
that's
no.
some expensive ass designer garment that she had.
No,
and she's
Michelle's a
coincident.
cheap queen. Bitch, please. You know she cheap. Oh, well,
She's
her
at
cachet
Primark,
ass.
and then she's
Oh,
reselling her shit on Prime.
Yeah, but
I
she
live.
looked good.
Well, that's drag. That's drag. Well,
That's
let's
drag.
get to the snowball right after this break.
And we are back to the Chop with Manila and Latrice.
Woo, woo, and it's the runway of the snowball.
Whew.
I love the balls. I
I
love.
know you love balls. We
Yes.
know you love balls, girl. Ooh, but it's cold. The balls are shriveled up right now. Okay. Oh my God. So, category is Executive Holiday Party Realness.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I love. Well, I said I love the real the holiday executive realness. We got Jimbo in this 80s trench coat, and then she like opens it up and it's like, slutty mistletoe in her crotch. We got Rita Baga in some random navy dress with like her little like
Get that.
credentials clipped on here and some big like Dame Edna glasses. Priyanka, she is full on Christmas
Hilarious.
couture. She is like dressed like a Christmas tree 3-piece suit. And then we got Scarlett. She dumps the wrapping paper and she's in her newsprint power suit and she's just burning money. Yes.
If
More
she's
fire from
listening,
Scarlett.
I love Scarlett. If she's listening, I want her to channel some Goldie Hawn because she was giving me Goldie Hawn vibes. Very overboard.
Well, she was giving me some ab fab,
Ab
that's
fab
with
too.
the updo.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
yes,
updo.
yes.
Mhm.
Next category is après the après ski, or the icy walk of shame.
That's it.
Après means after in French, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't speak French. Are you?
Or maybe it's it's one of the words in French I know is.
You
après.
did well with the French enunciations.
Yes,
just
I've
now.
been listening to Rita Baga's French Canadian accent this whole season. I'm picking it up, girl.
Good for you.
What are these looks? What are these looks?
Girl, Jimbo, after the ski weekend party girl platform. She looked cute though in that big old platform shoes with
I
the
love
toilet
those
paper stuck on
rainbow
her-
platform shoes. Yeah.
Typical toilet paper on your shoes. That's very that. Nobody told you, girl, you don't got no friends. Rita Baga, a mother in a tracksuit and the mullet. Oh my God, it was so not runway, but it was definitely performance art. It was
Go with
so funny.
with the marker on
With
her
the
face.
yeah.
That's happened to me, so like it's relatable, I guess.
Priyanka actually looked like you did a couple of times on the cruises.
Wasted, but still fabulous.
Still fabulous.
Still ready for a picture with fans, but just wasted.
Yeah. And Scarlett Snow Bunny with the latex and the icicles on her body suit and her hair. She looked,
that
she
was
looked great.
cute too. And
She
little
looked really
furry,
cute.
little like leg warmers. That was cute.
I'm
And
loving
then our-
Scarlett. Yeah, she's turning.
Yeah. Final category is Ice Queen Aganza. So, okay, these are the outfits that the girls wore. Jimbo's in this like iridescent crown with this long hair with pearls in it, this big, massive icicle crown. Rita Baga has like her mermaid cut. She's got like these projections of ornaments coming up from the foam that she cut. She's got a hat. She can't really walk in it, but like she's got this crown of icicles.
It's dramatic.
Very,
It's
very
dramatic.
Lion the Witch in the wardrobe. Priyanka,
Oh,
corset,
corset with some shit on it.
shit
But she's
on it,
still-
hanging paper ornament. Wow. And Scarlett BoBo is like giving us like if Mad Max was in the Arctic tundra, she is like ready for
Down.
a war or something. Like she
Yeah.
has fierce bikini cape moment. What do the judges think though? What do the judges think?
Well, the judges got lots to say.
They had some advice.
Finally,
Some
It's a little late.
advice. Yeah, very late in the game. We got some specifics. Jimbo, they said that she couldn't really walk in her gown, which I didn't really notice at first, but yeah, I guess
yeah, I
it's
guess.
always
Yeah, I guess so.
it's hard. And then they complained that her makeup again was too white.
Whew.
That's a critique we've heard before. And I feel like with all the amazing looks and wow moments that Jimbo's had in the past of the season, I feel like the judges just did not. They just were a little bit underwhelmed with the looks.
Underwhelmed, yeah. Well, and then her makeup, she wasn't happy with her makeup, and I was definitely going, what happened? Like, this is not what we thought was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
remember in the Meet the Queens. We covered this in episode 1 of this podcast. Jimbo had said in her Meet the Queens that she likes to change up her makeup, and sometimes she gets a little bit rushed. She needs a little bit more time. So this seems like when she was talking about that, she was talking about this specific
moment.
episode. Yeah, girl, she
Mhm.
wasn't even wearing lashes.
Girl,
Like,
I don't know what had happened, but she definitely ran out of time, and the fantasy, whoa.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, Jimbo likes to do the most a lot of the time, so I feel like it got a little bit ahead of her in this
Yeah.
particular thing.
Well, for Rita Baga, she also didn't quite hit the mark either. Like, her final look was eleganza, but she couldn't walk in it. And it wasn't, like, completely finished. Like, when she walked to the back, bitch, all we saw was foam. Like, it was
Yeah.
definitely like, okay, girl, we see that
Yeah,
this is
she ra-
hodgepodge craft.
She ran out of ornaments because Priyanka stole them all.
Well, she put them all on the front. The thing of it is, like, you gotta, like,
Yeah,
do it you gotta layer it. Like, do it in
Yeah,
layers
yeah.
and that way everything is covered, and then you can only, yeah.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. Amateur drag mistake. It's like, when you're like you're putting your rhinestones, you got your 4 grosses of rhinestones and you put them on and then you realize you only have enough for like one side.
What's that, girl? Yeah, you gotta space that shit out.
You gotta space it out and then fill in the
Fill in
empty
the space.
spaces as it goes
Exactly.
along. Yeah. Well,
She
I mean,
did.
I also think that the judges really didn't. They did not really feel like her executive realness CEO look really hit the mark either.
That did not.
And then that walk of shame look, despite being entertaining to see, wasn't quite like Drag Race runway
Ball
material.
worthy.
Ball worthy. Yeah, I guess
Ball
so.
worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we get to Priyanka, and I think the judges agreed that her performance on the runway really was able to help sell these looks. Fashion, but funny. Although, unfortunately, her eleganza look
Baby.
was...
Fail.
With Michelle Visage as your guest host, this was not the day to be gluing things to a corset.
You better know that is not what she wants to see, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Priyanka really had like a bad thing with this, like the challenge on the eleganza side, but the other two categories made up for it in a way because, you know, it really was. It really like helped balance it out a little bit. She wasn't like terrible in everything because like the first two were so good. Right? Like that Christmas executive realness was fantastic.
So fantastic. So
and
good.
then the whatever that the walk of shame look
was hilarious and funny
was
and
fierce.
on.
And then she, you know, basically it was a fierce outfit that she just kind of like acted like she was, you know, hungover. So I hear you, girl. Because you can be hungover and still look good.
And still look good. It's true. She was in character. Scarlett BoBo, though. Baby. The looks were all successful. I was just like, bitch, she is peaking at the right time. See, when you stay consistent, when you get towards the end, bitch, somebody gonna be good, somebody gonna be bad. And she was good in all three categories. And that consistency wins the race. And she was consistent in the pageant, in the ball. So that, to me, that's how you do the challenge right there.
How was that? Because she seemed so like so unprepared with the sewing challenge, but like
but I know those type of,
her look was
the best
fantastic.
because I know those type of girls. I know those girls. They may not can sew, but they can create a look. And she created a look and a fantasy. It might have been a hot glued mess, but not on the outside. You know what I'm saying? On the outside, it looked fabulous. But you don't want to get into the construction of that shit because it's going to fall apart and it ain't going to be too pretty. But I bet you she hot glued some shit together and made it work, and it looked amazing.
Yeah, she had everything in the right place. Like it was dramatic. It was successful in like giving her the shape that they want. Because I know that the judges were like really concerned with a lot of people's shapes.
Yeah.
Scarlett BoBo was sickening. This is the right time. Way to go, Scarlett BoBo.
Way
oh my
to
God,
go.
I'm so fucking proud of her.
Yeah, totes.
Well, then the judges, they get, oh God, girl.
Oh, this is the
hope
part.
you're wearing waterproof mascara because the judges pull out the childhood pictures of everyone. And they start asking the contestants what they would tell themselves as children.
Oh my God! And that's the moment. Everybody's breaking down. Everybody's just breaking down, and it's just so beautiful to hear them talk to their little selves, their little. Oh
yeah, girl. And then like once Jimbo started getting a little teary, then Rita Baga was getting a little teary.
I was just like,
girl,
I couldn't hold their shit. Nobody could.
We had some really fun moments in this episode, and then we have some like really like heartfelt moments in this episode. And I really love that Drag Race is able to give us all of this, and we get to see the fun, fabulous sides of everyone. Then we get to hear a little bit about their history and like where they came from. And I just think that it's just like a really like great way to like show like how much and how many, you know, multifaceted these queens are.
Yeah.
But the entire time I was thinking while I was watching all these queens crying on the runways, how much this must upset Bianca Del Rio. Because she hates
that part.
She hates when people cry on the runway.
She doesn't have a fucking soul. That's why she has no soul, girl. You can't get that queen. But no, that's the moment though. Like I knew it was coming, and as soon as they started whipping out them pictures, I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go, girl. And it was beautiful to witness them talk to their little former selves and let them know that they're going to be okay. Priyanka was the cutest. Just be gay. Just be gay
Come out
sooner.
sooner.
Just come out
be gay.
sooner.
Tell your kindergarten teacher that you're a homo.
I love that. I love that.
I do love that, and I honestly I do feel for that because I really wish that I had the courage to come out sooner, because I mean once I did, once you accept that and love that part of yourself, everything just becomes so much easier.
It feels like magic happens. Like all of a sudden, things just happen, and you all of a sudden get connected, and you meet your tribe, and it's you realize that you are okay, and there are more of you. But we didn't know that as little kids. We were just too scared.
Yeah, we didn't have Canada's Drag Race. That's why.
We didn't. That's true. We did not have that.
So after everyone's done crying, they excuse the girls back to the workroom.
Girl, Miss Priyanka turns into her second look. She gets drunk, girl. She gets her. She gets a little wasted. In the workroom.
She double fisting. She had 2 drinks in hand. She is sucking on both of them at the same time.
Girl. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. But they all have conversations about being top 4 and the critiques from Michelle, which I'm sure carried so much weight for them because, bitch, she's bitch. There's RuPaul, and then there's Michelle. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, because at this point, obviously, the Canadian judges panel is really strict and harsh. They are running a tight ship up there.
Yeah.
But now we have the OG judge, judge. So now this is really, really real now. He's legit. Well, we get back. The judges decide that we have a winner, and it is our Susan Lucci of the contest, Scarlett BoBo, winning a 7-day trip or 2 to Vienna, courtesy of Air Canada Vacations. So, congratulations, girl! Congratulations,
girl.
queen.
We've been rooting for you and waiting for this moment. So you is having your moment. Hallelujah! Woo!
Yes,
and
you know what?
Well deserved.
Slow and steady wins the race. I am very happy because they were comparing all the wins, but you know what? Miss Scarlett BoBo should have been doing is being how many times have you been in the bottom?
Bitch? That's what she. Now, how about that?
Yes,
now she can count 0. She can say 0 with pride, honey.
Which is amazing because this is the chance. We have seen some of these queens lip sync. We know what their tricks are. We know their lip sync styles. Yeah. But when we move forward to the finale, Miss Scarlett BoBo has never lip synced.
No,
we have
don't know.
Fucking idea
we
what
have
the
no
fuck
clue.
She's gonna pull out of her fucking dress.
Whoa!
She's gonna pull a sword out of her throat.
That's what I'm saying.
She's gonna juggle fire.
She got tricks. She has an arsenal of tricks that has not been seen. So I cannot wait to see what's going to happen because this bitch is literally on fire for me. I think I had it right up until now, up till top 4. This is the top 4 that I saw. Mm-hmm. But past that, I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't know if they were going to just have a finale or I don't know what they were doing. But now that I see what is happening,
it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Okay, well, unfortunately, that means our bottom 2 is Rita and Jimbo.
Sad.
Ooh, see, these are 2 of my favorite queens in this season. I love me some Jimbo. She from the beginning, she was just a hoot, and I'm loving Rita Baga. She's just so she's just everything that this competition needs.
She's very seasoned. Yeah.
Yeah, and she still is she's like an old queen who's not afraid to get dirty because she's in there with the kids, reading the kids just the same, right?
Down. So they lip sync to the song "Closer" by Tegan and Sarah. Rita Baga is our winner, and my God, Jimbo falls to the floor on the runway as she slowly screams, "Why?" It's so extra dramatic. Literally carries and crawls out of the main stage.
Yeah, she thinks, "Fuck you! God, fuck you! You guys don't fucking love me!" Yeah, you know what? I feel like in this lip sync, I feel like Jimbo's crown was just too
Distracting.
cumbersome.
Yep.
Because she was like holding her wig to keep it balanced. I
Yep.
feel like she should have just taken it off, and then she
Yep.
would have been able to really put her 100% into it. Like, like Rita Baga, she like brought a scissor. She's like, hey, I can't
Right.
move in this trumpet skirt, so she's gonna like go cut it off so she can actually move around.
Yep.
And like when you prepare for a lip sync, you got to make sure you're able to perform. And
That's the challenge, and that's what it is, a lip sync for your life. I feel like that maybe the crown was attached to the hair, and if she took off the hair, the crown would go.
But
took off the crown, the hair would go.
she had that time in the workroom. She could have
To
like
figure that out.
refigured it out, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Detached
at
it.
this point, like, there's only 4 of them, so like 50% chance that you're going to be in the bottom. You know what I mean?
50%, that's a good way of looking at it. Yep, you're only 4 of you, 50% chance, bitch. And you got the critique, so you ought to know. So,
Well, now we have these girls have a 33.33333333333% chance of making it to the end and winning the Canadian prize, the first winner of Canada's Drag Race. We have a top 3: Priyanka, Scarlett BoBo, and Rita Baga. So I want to congratulate our top
all 3 ladies, yes.
What a fun season to be watching. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, every week we do this. We give our tops and our chops. Our favorite and our least favorite moments of the episode. Latrice, what is your top moment of this episode?
My top moment of this episode is Jimbo's exit. I think it was the best exit in all of Drag Race history. She had me hollering, screaming, laughing
Right.
as she left the building. So that's, if you're going to go out like her. And she carried it all the way through the mirror message and looking crazy with the lipstick and all of it. Like, it was just so over the top. And yeah, I got my life.
I mean, when you lose Drag Race, that's how we all feel. Like,
That's how
we
you
don't-
feel.
We all try to be poised and say something inspirational at the end, but we all feel like Jimbo
Like
did.
what
And
she
I'm
did.
so happy she did it.
What's your top?
My top is having Michelle Visage as our guest host.
Oh, yay.
I love seeing her. She was
Me
fantastic.
too.
I feel like I also loved when Jeffrey Aboyo Chapman was like, I'm not quite getting it. And then she's like, it's because she's a slut. And he's like, okay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, now I get it. Okay, yes. Michelle Visage, teach these judges
Teach
like
the children,
how we do it.
teach the
Yes.
children, honey. That's that. You gotta teach
Now, what
the
about
children.
your chop moment, girl? What about your chop
I can't believe I'm saying this. It's the fucking sound effects people. Oh my God, I've been listening. They were so distracting now. Swing. I'm like, nothing happened, bitch. And there's a sword slice going on. Bells going off. All this shit is just happening. There's no reason for it. So this week, the sound people were like, y'all pushed too many buttons, bitch. There was nothing going on. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I kind of love it because it really adds to the cartooniness of
Well,
the show.
it got real
but, like,
cartoony this episode.
It is so extra. So extra.
extra.
Girl. They don't just have like the the little rattlesnake noise that like the shade button that we were used to. They got they have like slices,
The
they
slicing
got
and
dices.
dicing.
They got like a weird Sailor Moon.
Yeah, that
What
was.
is that? What is that? My chop moment this week is having to see Jimbo go.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I'm not ready for it. Jimbo, please come back.
I know.
Oh, no. I fucking fell in love with Jimbo. I
Totes.
mean, damn.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
it
like,
sucks, but somebody gotta go, girl.
someone's gotta go. And you know what? To be honest, like, it doesn't really matter if you make it all the way to the end. It doesn't really matter if you win the damn prize. You get
No.
bragging rights, but like, I know for a fact that Jimbo is going to have one of the most successful careers
Absolutely.
after this season. And I can't wait
Absolutely.
to see her back on a Canadian All Stars.
Yeah, yeah. You know we love you, Jimbo. So we are sad to see you go, but bitch, we'll see you. We'll see lots of her. So, yay, Jimbo.
Jimbo.
well,
Well, that's our tops and our
And our
chops.
Just a reminder, if you have been listening to our show on the Race Chaser feed, now is the time to make sure that you are subscribed to our show's specific channel. So make sure that you go to search for The Chop with Latrice and Manila on your favorite podcast app and hit the subscribe button so you can join us as we move forward. And we're out of time. So we want to thank you so much for listening to The Chop. We have new episodes every Monday.
So make sure you subscribe to our show, and you can rate and review us on your podcast app.
You can send us an email, and we might even read it on the show next week. So just email us at latriceandmanila@gmail.com.
And you can follow us at Latrice Royale and at Manila Luzon.
We'll see you next week to find out
Who gets the chop?
The Chop is not endorsed by World of Wonder, Crave Canada, or any of their subsidiaries.
It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only.
Canada's Drag Race and all names, pictures, and audio clips are registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Forever Dog.
The Chop is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media.
Mom,
Hosted by Latrice Royale and Manila Luzon.
produced by Big Dipper.
Mixed and mastered by Will Pitts.
Executive produced by Willem Belli,
Alaska Thunderfuck.
Brett Boehm,
Joe Cilio.
and Alex Ramsey.
Our theme song is The Chop by Manila Luzon and Latrice Royale.